sign some things for her.
I sure
and
will.
We're going to play Heaven Sent for You. Still to come today, we have Arrow, who's sitting over there waiting to come up, and Sue Medley. This is Paris Black on MuchMusic in stereo. How you doing?
Nice, man. Nice to be here. I'm trying to bring some warm weather to kind of dry up the rain that's happening right now.
Well, how many dates you got in Canada?
Tonight and tomorrow.
That's
at the
it?
Bamboo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's it for now?
That's it for now until later in the year. I think in August we come back here with World Beat 91 along with Third World and Lady Smith. So that's something to look forward to.
So World Beat 91, is this going to be a series of concerts?
Yeah, we're doing like 26 cities in North America. Triple header.
So now who is that? That's
Third World, Lady Smith from South Africa, The Arrow.
And The Arrow live. Now, how is soca and calypso, how have these music forms been doing around the world? I mean, we get it in heavy dosage in the summertime during Caravana, but that's sort of it.
It's getting more and more popular, and you know, for one, I've been on the road trying to take the music to areas that have never witnessed it before.
Like where?
We went to Japan twice, did a lot of festivals throughout Europe, certain parts of Africa. Actually, we just flew in last night from Colombia. Well, that was my third trip to Colombia, but it's the best place in the world for music.
Really?
Unbelievable.
Why is that?
I mean, the people's reaction, it's just different. I mean, it's total involvement. I mean, you could sing all day and don't get tired there.
Really, eh? Great. Now, you got 2 shows at the Bamboo. Are you going to be doing any new material?
Oh, yeah.
So they're going to get a sample of the season that's coming up. Right. Of course, you have the favorites, and of course the Are people still covering the song? Are people still asking for the song? Is it still doing very well?
Oh, yeah. I mean, 2 days ago in Colombia, you know, I tried teasing the audience by leaving the stage without singing it. They had to call in the riot squad. I'm serious. You just cannot get away from that song.
Yeah.
I think Hot 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 is really a gift from God. I mean, you know, the song is what, 8, 9 years old? And every time you sing it, you get the feeling you're doing it the very first time. I mean, the audience reaction to it does not seem to change. You know, it's just one of those magical things.
Yeah. All right, we're going to go out on Ooh La La Soca, one of my favorites. And is there anything special coming on this new record that you're working on? I mean, last time around, you had the Groove Master, you did, you know, you had the fellows from Audio 2.
Audio 2, yeah. Yeah, we tentatively, we're calling the album Soca Revival, because we try a lot of different experiments, and we're really trying to zero. I think the time is coming close where soca has the potential of really breaking mainstream. So there's a lot of emphasis and a lot of research going into it. Something you'd like, very interesting.
All right then. Once again, the Mighty Arrow in the studio. 2 nights at the Bamboo tonight, tomorrow night. Here's a taste of what you can get. Thanks for coming, Arrow.
Thank you.
Again.
New FDS.
And when you go to a Sue Medley concert and it's all over and done with and you're standing in the back right, this is what happens, okay? Turn out all the lights, guys. All the lights. Turn them out now. All right, see? There we go.
That is quite effective.
This is effective or what, okay? So, how you doing?
Oh, not bad, not bad.
Where are you playing tonight?
We're at the Horseshoe Tavern.
Horseshoe Tavern?
This evening, yes. And we've sort of been out on the road across Canada last week. And here we are, once again in Toronto. It should be real fun. You know, the Horseshoe is a real nice place to get real intimate with in a small room. I love it.
Good enough.
There's the picture. Now I'm going to use my song to describe what I see.
No, not in this case. I actually was just being silly. Actually, when I was a kid, I had a pony. I did have a pony, and there's a pond on the place that I tried to ride. I decided one day we were going to go across the pond, swim across the pond. We got about halfway, and and the horse decided that he'd go on without me, and so I always thought if I had a boat, you know, we would have made it.
So I got this book, and it had such a good title that my manager said, you know, that sounds like a rock and roll song. You know, I kept this book because it sounds, pads, paws and claws, it just sounds like it should be, you know, there's plenty of cats feature very heavily in rock and roll, you know. And I happen to be married to a cat, so I decided to write this song on the idea of this pads, paws and claws. So I wrote this song from my wife, kind of a bit, it's not about us, but it's, you know, it's dedicated to her. And it just started with a little riff which everybody knows, this Baby Please Don't Go, a John Lee Hooker riff that plenty of people have used in the past. And I took it along a certain ways, and this is one of the songs that I went to work with Paul McCartney on, you know. I took with me when I went to work with him, and I played it through to him as far as it goes. And I'll play you as far as it went when it was, She's a feline tormentor, not any part of a wife. With a drunk town and man, he leads her a miserable life. But when it's full of that pure champagne, she pats, paws and claws.
I wanted to ask about a couple of the other bands that you worked with in that era, the Ronettes in particular. Now there was another group with all kinds of attitude, and people have called Be My Baby sort of the perfect pop song of that era. What is it about that song? What's the magic in that one for you?
I don't know. Had I known it would have been that big, I would have been an artist myself back then and done that. I just think everything worked on it. I think it's very simple. I think you got to that little, the minute you hit that chorus, I mean, anybody could sing that. And I think Ronnie has such a distinct voice. That whoo, 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 all that heavy vibrato. The look of the group is great, and of course Phil Spector's production is fantastic. And that great drum beat that runs to a doom, that was like a signature. There was signatures stamped all over that song and that record without, we planned it, but we didn't plan what that was going to be.
Yeah.
But a funny story about this song, there were a group of songs written at that time, and one of them was a song called Why Don't They Let Us Fall in Love? Why do they say that we're too young to go steady? Don't you believe it that I love you already? It was on, I think, one of those albums that Phil had put out of some obscure stuff that he had cut with Ronnie and all his other groups. And I loved that song. And it was a choice between putting that out first or Be My Baby. And I said, Phil, you're making a mistake. Don't put out Be My Baby first, there's gotta be the other one. And he didn't agree, and Jeff was sort of like this about it, and then they both, it was like 2 against 1, although Phil would have had the final say, trust me. And it came down to like, Be My Baby. And I was so disappointed when that cat said, oh, not as the first record. And then all of a sudden, boom. And I kept saying, you're right, you were right, you were right.
But the first lines I got of that, the first bit I got of that was the chorus, which is in temptation, knowing full well the earth will rebound. That's all I had really to start off with that song. In fact, the other verse was just a totally different piece of music, which had a chorus originally that went, you know, sort of, what was it? Showing me how to give. Hello, Jack. Hello, Jill. Don't you wish that you'd never, not wish that you'd never been born? Hello, Jack. Hello, Jill. Don't you wish that you'd never been born? Never been born, never been born. And then you opened up your door. I couldn't believe my luck. So, you know, that was, and I knew the chorus was never going to be there because I couldn't sing Jack and Jill seriously, you know. So, but this is the thing you have to put up with when somebody walks in on you and you're singing a line like that, you know. You have some chronic embarrassment to deal with.